Everyone in understands why it's meant to be. It wasn't meant to be, bitch.
Welcome to the LongLiveTaylor podcast.
Believe I'm still
bejeweled when I walk in the room.
I don't even think she's trying. I think she's very out there. Like, I want you to jump my bones.
We not know about her and Joe.
We were delusional.
Yeah, you're not gonna win with that attitude.
I'm ready to win.
Ross is biting me. Stop biting. We're your hosts, Kaylin
and Leanna. Let's get ready to explore all the eras. 3, 2, 1, action. Welcome back, everybody, to this week's episode. What?
3, 2, 1.
Are you laughing at my... Did you see my movement?
Yes, that's why I'm laughing.
Oh. Anyway, this week we are going to be going over the Tortured Poets Department. And not the album, the song.
Woo! I love this song.
What's so funny is pre-album release, Kaylin asked me what my prediction for my top song would be, and I said title track. And I was very, very, very wrong because it's not that I'm not a fan of this song. It's just there are plenty I prefer over it.
A lot of people don't like this song. And lyrically, it's not my favorite, but I love the music behind it. I think it's so good.
A lot of people say it's like 80s synth.
Yes, I
don't
love
really
that sound.
Know. I literally have no idea about any sound. I have no definitions.
Concept.
I have no idea what that means. But I do like it. I do think it is very different than the rest of the album in like the sound, and I think it makes it unique. I think, which is what I was telling Kaylin earlier, I read this online that a lot of people don't like this song and think it's underrated because people don't like Maddie, so they don't really like the song that's all about Maddie. I also read that a lot of people think this song is too specific to relate to, which I'm not sure I agree with.
It is very specific. Lyrically, it's hard to connect to for me. But there's certain lyrics that make it stick out. And also, I think sonically, it sounds like a Bleachers song. And I love Bleachers.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I love it.
I do think, just like to round out my thoughts on the song, I think if it wasn't about Maddie, I think I would prefer it more. I think I agree with a lot of people that I don't like it because I know the Muse and I don't like the Muse. So I don't really want to like it, I guess, which isn't fair. So...
Just be like me and imagine that every song is about Joe or pretend it's all about Joe.
Originally, I was like, no way, this is not about Annie, this is about Joe.
What gave it away, the tattoo line?
No, I actually don't think it's that. I think it's the Lucy line.
Oh, okay.
That's it. I even the tattoo line, I think you could still say it's Joe, which I feel delusional saying, but it's okay. Anyway, let me start. Verse 1. Yeah. You left your typewriter at my apartment, straight from the Tortured Poets Department. I think some things I never say, like, who uses typewriters anyway? But you're in self-sabotage mode, throwing spikes down on the road. But I've seen this episode and still love the show. Who else decodes you? Such a weird verse to me. I think, you know what? I think the whole song is like a coded 1975 song. I think it sounds very similar to how a lot of their songs are like set up.
Mm-hmm. In what sense?
I could totally see. Like, not that it's all over the place. It's just kind of like how I think Matty Healy sings. Does he write all their songs? I have no idea.
I don't know.
I'm guessing he writes some of them at least. And so I think how she's writing her thoughts and like telling the story is similar to how I think he tells his stories. I think I could hear Matty Healy singing this.
I feel like I'm in the middle of their conversation in this song.
But also, isn't she like not? I guess I feel like I'm in the middle of their life. I'm just like kind of watching them. I'm a fly on the wall.
Yeah,
and I'm like also in her head at the same time because she's saying some things I think things I would never say, like who uses typewriters anyway. She's thinking that in her head, but true. She's not saying it out loud. I think we're seeing her perspective kind of, because I think she's saying he's a shit show, but she loves him.
Yeah, I agree, and I love that ties into the line I love in this verse is I've seen this episode and still love the show. It's like, I know you've done this before, but I still love it. I'm still going to go back to it.
Yeah, exactly. I also wanted to say that something that ties this into Maddie, I don't think we need to convince anyone this is about Maddie, but Matty Healy has publicly stated that he really likes typewriters, which is such a weird thing to say.
Okay,
but
low-key, I love
You love
typewriters.
typewriters. Me
How'd you know I
too.
was
I
going to
kind of
say
want
that?
one because I feel the same.
I remember being young and my grandma had a typewriter and I would be obsessed with it. So I'm like, I get it.
Well, you know what's crazy to me is like I kind of equate typewriters to rotor phones. Is that what they're called?
What's the,
Where you have to
oh,
go.
the ones that yeah. That sounds like a nightmare. Our grandparents used to have
I
one in the
know.
bathroom. And I'm
I
like,
loved it.
it was fun, but
I
also it gave me anxiety. I'm like, oh, what if I mess up?
What if you get it wrong?
Yeah.
Exactly. I think that's the fun part. I remember I used to play with it pretending to call people. I
Yeah.
know everybody's phone number by heart. So I
Yeah.
would pretend to call people all the time. And I feel like thinking about that makes me think of a typewriter. And also like I
Yeah.
kind of want a typewriter. I think it would be really cool to have a typewriter
Me
and to type
too.
people letters. I
She
think I'm
says,
going to try to get one for the new house.
okay, can I borrow it when I come over
Yeah.
and write a
Yeah.
letter?
Yeah.
Who uses typewriters anyway? We do, Taylor. You made them
Yeah.
popular
She
again.
does. I mean, she does. In the
Yeah.
Fortnite music video, they're
Yeah.
using a typewriter.
Yeah. And she had one at the Spotify pop up
Yeah.
promoting the Torture Poets.
I mean, I think it was like a
An
little.
Easter egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Chorus. Which I think the verse kind of flows into the chorus. I think it is very weird that she ends the verse, "Who else decodes you?" I think she ends the verse in a way that flows into the chorus. I think she could have ended the verse at, but I've seen this episode and still love the show. I
I
think she could have
agree.
ended it there and maybe had like a little pre-chorus or just add this to the chorus. Who else decodes you? And it's like, so then as we go into the chorus, and who's gonna hold you like me? And who's gonna know you if not me? I laughed in your face and said, "You're not Dylan Thomas. I'm not Patti Smith. This ain't the Chelsea Hotel. We're modern idiots. And who's gonna hold you like me?" And I think the "decodes you" would have perfectly worked in the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that it's not part of the chorus and it would be weird in it if when it repeated.
I love this chorus. I feel like the whole vibe I'm getting of this song is this guy's having his little episode. Like she said, he's in self-sabotage mode and she's just not taking him seriously at all. Like she's downplaying, like, oh, it's fine. He does this all the time. Don't try to play yourself. Who else is gonna love you like me? Like, we're gonna end up together. It's giving very cocky, which I love a cocky Taylor.
I know, I agree. I do think it's very weird though because so she's saying, "I laughed in your face and said, you're not Dylan Thomas. I'm not Patti Smith. This ain't the Chelsea Hotel." So I guess a little backstory for people who don't know. Dylan Thomas was this very famous poet. Patti Smith is a very famous singer, artist, and lyricist. That's like what she's known for. And they both lived at the Chelsea Hotel at one point in their lives. I think Dylan Thomas actually died in the Chelsea Hotel. Anyway, the Chelsea Hotel is known as a very like prominent place where big stars, very important people like this, very famous people lived. And so I think it's funny that she's like, "Ha, we're not these people. This is not our life." But like he's in self-sabotage mode and I feel like she's kind of just egging him on.
Yeah.
And I like that.
She's kind of making fun of him and teasing him.
Yeah.
She's laughing in the man's face. But I think it kind of speaks to also, unless I'm interpreting this wrong, tell me what you think. You know how like you and Morgan have said like, oh, Taylor likes Maddie and Healy and Joe are like the artsy fartsy types. I think this is her kind of humbling him and being like, dude, calm down. We're not. Yeah. It's not this serious.
No, what's so funny is it. Yeah, exactly. What's so funny in my notes, I said the same thing. It's like, does he think they're on that level? And she's like, haha, we're not on this level. Like, you're not that great. But also, she is. She is on this level.
But we love a humble queen.
I was going to say, is she a humble queen or do you think she knows? She has to know.
I think she knows. I think something about her is she knows she's the shit and also simultaneously knows she's a nobody just like the rest of us.
Yeah, I do see that. I also think he thinks he's the shit.
Yes.
And he is cocky in that way. Yeah. And so I kind of think she's kind of trying to get him to remember. Like,
yeah, she's like,
anyone could knock you down.
I almost feel like it's her being like, bro, it's not that serious. Like you're making this way more serious than it needs to be.
Yeah, in my mind, I think like something's going wrong or something. I don't know. Yeah. I feel like he's having this mental breakdown and she's like, bro, chill.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I want to go into the post-chorus and the verse 2 because I really want to hear your thoughts about verse 2.
Okay.
So, post-chorus. Nobody no fucking body, nobody. She's like, no one's gonna love you. Anyway, moving on. Verse
Like
2.
her.
Exactly. Like, she's the best. She
Yeah.
is made for him.
Yes, exactly.
So, verse 2. You smoked, then ate 7 bars of chocolate. We declare Charlie Puth should be a bigger artist. I scratch your head, you fall asleep like a tattooed golden retriever. But you awaken with dread, pounding nails in your head. But I've read this one where you come undone. I chose this cyclone with you.
Confession, since you confessed your misheard line in Cruel Summer, this makes so much more sense. I always thought the line was, you smoked them, ate 7 bars of chocolate. I thought it was like 8, the number 8, and he smoked 8 or 7 bars of chocolate. And I'm like, how do you smoke 7 bars of chocolate? Like, this made no sense in my mind. I thought he was smoking bars of chocolate.
You know what's funny is, I wouldn't say people think the same, but there is an ongoing debate on whether it is a true chocolate bar or it is the bars as in the song Chocolate by the 1975. The only 1975 song I like is Chocolate.
Oh.
So 7 bars as in like lines of a song.
Uh-huh.
Like you ate them up. You know how people say that? Like she ate.
Yes. She cooked.
So,
yes.
Yeah, exactly. So people are debating online whether or not he's truly eating chocolate or he is like singing the song Chocolate or something. I don't know. I don't know when the song Chocolate came out, but I'm pretty sure it is before they're together because I'm thinking, what if she was reminiscing and he wrote the song Chocolate in her presence? But I'm pretty sure it came out way before they originally met anyway because it came out a very long time ago. I'll double check. Because I listened to this song in high school. Yeah, the song was recorded in 2008. But, like, how cool would it have been? And then we would have understood. But I'm sure someone would have made that connection by now. It wouldn't be me right now all of a sudden.
What if it was? And we would really go viral.
Maybe. Yeah, well, I had the whole Hits Different thing way before that guy that Taylor reposted.
I know.
So, just not getting that
cred.
Exposure. Anyway, so I don't know the vibe. Maybe he smoked and ate 7 whole bars of chocolate. You know, you get the munchies when you smoke.
Yeah.
So, like, I never really overthought that line. I always thought he truly just did eat a bunch of chocolate.
Yeah, it could probably be just like a reference to both.
Could be, yes. And then what do you think about we declare Charlie Puth should be a bigger artist?
I liked that line because at the time this came out, the guy I was on and off with was obsessed with Charlie Puth. So I thought it was hilarious that Taylor, because me and all my friends were like making fun of him for loving Charlie Puth. And I thought it was hilarious that Taylor mentioned it. I was like, whoa, that came out of left field. I know a lot of people think it's cringe. It really doesn't come across that cringe to me. Like, it doesn't feel super out of place in this song to me.
No, I don't think so either, especially because I think Maddie Healy is cringe. So it's not out of place to me. I don't think it's cringe, though. I do think Charlie Puth should be a bigger artist. I don't think he's not big. I think he's kind of big. I just think it's very weird that I think he wronged Selena Gomez.
Oh,
they definitely dated, and they're definitely exes. But I don't know. Like listening to his songs, I think there is some. I think it's a possibility that he cheated on her.
Oh,
so I think it's a little weird, but like whatever.
I also feel like it goes with the vibe of the song, though. Like they're laying their high. They just ate chocolate and they're just like shit talking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, Charlie Puth should be a bigger artist. I think it's just painting the picture of them being like goofballs in bed.
I think it is really funny though that she makes it very clear that he smoked, but not that she did.
True. She's like, don't put me in that camp.
Don't associate me with smoking.
Even though her Lavender Haze canvas on Spotify, she's clearly toasted. She's like,
but yeah, I like that she's not really saying she's also high.
Yeah,
I guess. And so you think Maddie is a tattooed golden retriever? I just don't see him as a golden retriever.
I think in her mind he is, or was.
Yeah.
I saw this TikTok the other day that was like, what is Taylor's most cringy line? And a lot of people were commenting tattooed golden retriever. But I don't think it's cringe.
I think there are much cringier lines.
Yeah, I was like, I don't
much
think that.
Cringier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's fine. The reason I say I could have related this to Joe, and like I could have stuck by this forever even with this line, is maybe it doesn't have to be like a true tattoo. You know? Like I think there are things in your life that are like tattooed on you, like scars, kind of. And I think it could have been metaphorical. Like, there are things, you have been through a lot. There's a lot going on with you. Even though you're a golden retriever and give golden retriever energy, you still have those like tattoos and scars of the things that go on with you and your life.
Yeah, that's very deep and poetic. Wow.
It is the Tortured Poets department. Also, okay, before this album came out, didn't everybody say like there's an interview with Joe and he has like a group chat that's like the Tortured Guy Club or something?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So that's why I really truly thought this had to be about Joe. And I also just didn't know anything enough about Maddie Healy to attribute this to him, I think.
I think the title is based off both of them, like the title of the album, because I saw a whole bunch of stuff about Joe's group chat, the Tortured Poets Men or something like that, tortured something. And I think, like Taylor put in the epilogue or the prologue, I don't remember, I think it was the epilogue, about how out of the oven into the microwave, how it was two very similar situations she was in, just in a shorter amount of time. I think she's counting both of these guys as like the artsy fartsy tortured poet.
Yeah, I do see them both that way.
Yeah.
So I do think we have talked about this plenty of times, that the songs in this album are not just about one singular person. Well, most of them. And that you can attribute the songs to multiple people a lot of the time. So I always thought that I could definitely see Joe in this.
Now that I'm reading it, I really like the second verse. I like how she sets it up. She scratches his head. He falls asleep like a tattooed golden retriever. And I'm kind of imagining she's thinking everything's perfect. And then he awakens and it's with dread and he's pounding nails in his head and he's coming undone, like she says. I don't know. I could be projecting my own experiences onto this, but I like that she's showing how up and down this relationship is. And then after, she's like, but I chose this cyclone with you. Like, I know it's chaotic, but I'm still choosing to be with you.
Yeah, which is kind of like what she says in verse 1. Like, she's seen the episode.
Yeah.
Like, she knows what's happening. He's in self-sabotage mode. Like, she knows the cycle and she's used to it, but she is okay with it.
Right, exactly.
Which I think is toxic.
It is. That's why they're tortured poets.
I can't believe she ever dated this man.
I don't think she can either.
Someone has to. Really?
Someone has to.
Anyway, okay, moving on. The chorus, does it just repeat?
Yeah.
Okay, and same with the post-chorus, pretty much, right?
Yeah, she's just like, who's gonna hold you? Nobody.
Wait a second.
No fucking body, nobody. Oh, you see the
Did
thing
you
of the
know?
troll?
Yeah!
I didn't catch that until just now.
Me too. Okay, in the post-chorus, there's like the echo, right? I guess is what it would be. And she's like, so no fucking body. Who's gonna hold you? Who's gonna hold you? Nobody. Who's gonna hold you? Gonna know you. Gonna troll you. Nobody. Heck?
So our explanations in the chorus of her teasing him and kind of making fun of him add up. She's saying, I'm trolling you. She's saying, who's gonna humble you? Who's gonna be that person to like put you down a notch?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Take you down a notch. Wow. Okay, so on to the bridge, which we both have lots to say about, I think.
I have so much to say.
Sometimes I wonder if you're going to screw this up with me, but you told Lucy you'd kill yourself if I ever leave, and I had said that to Jack about you, so I felt seen. Everyone we know understands why it's meant to be. 'Cause we're crazy. So tell me, who's gonna know me? At dinner, you take my ring off my middle finger and put it on the one people put wedding rings on. And that's the closest I've come to my heart exploding.
Okay, my mind is blown right now because I had no idea there was a reference to Jack Antonoff in this song. I had no idea what that line even said. I thought, and I had said the truth. I thought she said, I accepted the something about you, so I felt seen. I'm so blown. But my favorite line of this bridge is the first line, so I think I've always just been stuck on that. Sometimes I wonder if you're going to screw this up with me because, again, I was in a relationship at the time like this where I'm like, I'm just sitting here like, you're going to mess this up. Like, you're anticipating them to mess it up. And I just think how she says it is funny. Like, she's kind of like invalidating his feelings this whole song, I feel like. Downplaying them. She's like, you're going to screw this up with me. I know better than you. I know this is what you're going to do. I know your games.
Yep. I just think it is crazy. Like, this is so toxic.
Yes.
Especially because he ended up leaving her.
Yeah.
I just think if someone is going to kill themselves over you leaving, like, this is a big red flag.
Yeah, you're
But, like,
right.
she was a red flag and he was a red flag, so I think, like, that's why she didn't catch it.
She's like, we're both crazy. What I think she likes about Maddie Healy is they're very similar. I think she thinks that. And doesn't she even say, like, I lost my twin, if
Yeah,
that's about
I
him?
guess.
And she even says, I said the same thing about that to Jack, so I felt seen. Like, when someone is your level of crazy, you're not like, oh, red flag. You're like, oh, you get me. That's how I
Yeah,
feel
I
about
know.
Taylor Swift. I'm like, she gets me.
And to me, I think that's the crazy part. The crazy part is she didn't see this toxicity, and I hope she does now.
Because she was
Like,
feeling the same way.
yeah, that's so weird. It's so weird to me. Like, I get it, but it's just like, wow.
Taylor said in Dear Reader, don't look up to her.
I know. I understand. It's not that I look up to her. I do think she's truly relatable. I just think
Yeah.
I have that maturity
Yeah.
where while I want to be with my significant other forever, if they left me, I'm not going to die.
Yeah. I think she has the maturity, but I think she's also a deep feeler and she's an artist. I think
Yeah.
she is expressing that part of her that's like feels that longing for someone.
Well, I was going to say, do you even think it's true? Do you think
What?
he really said that to Lucy? Because aren't they like no longer friends anymore?
So should we explain who Lucy is? Because I honestly have no idea. I
Sure.
need you to explain it.
She's part of Boy Genius.
And how is she related to Taylor and Maddie?
They're all friends.
Okay.
Well, I don't think Lucy's friends with Maddie anymore.
Yeah.
Because I think I saw a tweet of like her shading him. Or like she was
Yeah, I
like,
don't
don't
think.
talk about me or something.
Yeah, I think on Genius it says that they're not friends anymore. But at one point
Yeah.
they were
Yeah. I'm pretty sure what Lucy is to Maddie is what Jack is to Taylor, I think.
besties.
I
Okay,
think
but
that was a case.
even if you scroll down into the bridge, everyone understands why it's meant to be because we're crazy. She's
We're
admitting
crazy.
we're both
I know.
batshit crazy.
I know, but I don't like it. I don't like that he made her like this, or did he? Is she just like this?
I think she's saying she's like it, and he's bringing it out in her because they're
Out
both
of her.
two in the same,
Yeah.
one in the same, whatever the saying is.
Yeah. Wow. See, the part of the bridge I like is the end.
Really?
At dinner, you take off my ring, off my middle finger, and put it on the one people put wedding rings on. You wear a ring on your middle finger?
I always do, yeah.
Your left middle finger?
Yeah, and my right.
Me too. Weird. I always wear this one on my left, and I always am like, okay, what am I going to do with this when I get engaged? Because like, it only fits that finger. It only fits this finger. Anyway, I relate to this. No one's ever done this to me, so I don't truly relate, but I understand that, like, she wanted to get married. You know, I wouldn't marry me either, a pathological people pleaser. But she's like, wow, someone actually would marry me.
And
I think that, like, brought her back.
I think it shows the games he's playing, too. Like, we
Yeah,
know how the
true.
rest of this story ends based off the rest of the album. And it's like, he's totally messing with you. How do you go from, I want to marry you, to you're now ghosting me?
Yeah.
He was totally
I think that is
playing her.
Of course, which we know now, but she didn't. I'm thinking about this. I think this song was written right after he left. I think this is right after, and I think she hasn't grasped the concept yet of like, this is over and he played me kind of thing.
Yeah, I think the wound hasn't really hit yet. I took it as like in the middle of them dating, because it sounds like he was back and forth in the middle of them dating. But I like how the sound of the song is kind of fun and chaotic, because I think that's like, we're looking at the lyrics and we're like, this is crazy. Like, you're going to kill yourself.
Yeah.
It's not fun, but she's showing like it still has that exciting feeling to it.
Yeah, I think the sound matches the song really well and matches her feelings as well.
Yeah.
So the chorus repeats, basically. She's just saying, like, who's going to hold you? Me. Who's going to know you? Me. She's saying again, you're not Dylan Thomas. I'm not Patti Smith. We're idiots. Who's going to hold you? The post-chorus is where I'm thinking. She's like, who's going to hold you? Who's going to hold you? Like, she's repeating it. She's like, how are you leaving me? Like, who's gonna hold you? Who's gonna know you? Like, I'm the best thing for you. We are soulmates. We are meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's gonna be this for you. And I think that's why I think he's leaving.
I'm almost taking it as she's at this point, he might not have left because she's almost thinking like, okay, threaten, you're going to leave. I know you're not because who else is going to do this? I could see it being
That is
your way
true.
too, though, but I could also see it being like, yeah, right. Like talk all the talk. Like she didn't actually think he was going to leave.
Yeah. I think that could be too. I guess that's also why I think either if he truly ghosted her, she kind of saw it coming,
Mm-hmm.
or she was like, oh, he'll come back because he's
Mm-hmm.
done this before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because so in the outro, she said, you left your typewriter at my apartment straight from the tortured poets department. Who else decodes you? And it's like, he left his stuff, but she's like, he's going to come back because like we're meant to be.
I even like the ending line now that we went through the whole song. Who else decodes you? She's like, no one else is going to go through all the effort of analyzing you and understanding this is why you're doing this and this is why you're self-sabotaging and this is how you're feeling. She's like, no one's going to do that except me.
Yeah. So back to my whole thing about how I thought who else decodes you should be part of the chorus. I guess I kind of like how she ends the first verse and ends the outro with it.
Yeah. And she says in the outro, the trolling again. There's the last line, who's going to troll you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wow.
So
I always
fun.
thought it was who's going to hold you, gonna know you, gonna hold you again.
Does she say gonna love you?
No.
I always thought there was a love you in there. Who's gonna love you?
Me too, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Hold on, I'm gonna play it real quick. The end. I feel like I don't know where I got the love from.
I thought when she just said no, I thought I heard love again. So I'm just like putting in love in my head.
Wow. Maybe, yeah. Me too. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like there should be a love in there.
Yeah. We're just adding it in.
Yeah, wow.
But yeah, I really like this song. And I, again, love it even more now that we went through it. And I just think it's really fun. It's like a drive with your windows down kind of song.
Yeah, I do think that. And I do think there is like a place for that on the album.
Mm-hmm.
And this fills it very well, I think.
Yeah.
I guess it's just not in my top, you know?
I think it's good, again, with the sequencing. She's a really good sequencer. I think it's a good setup because it shows the fun before all of the heartbreak. I mean, it definitely foreshadows at the heartbreak, but it shows like, okay, this is also why it was fun.
Yeah, I see that. I agree. I guess I just don't like Maddie Healy.
So. Yeah, I don't think it's the best situation. We know you don't.
Yeah, true. Okay, are you ready to drop everything now?
I sure am.
Okay, I will play for you.
Okay. All too well.
Yeah, I gotta stop playing you a lot of seconds. I gotta chill with that.
No, you should continue. Okay.
Enchanted.
Yes.
Okay. Here we go.
False dawn.
I missed it. I meant to stop it sooner. You belong with me.
Yes. Our song.
Yes. That was 1 second. That's so much in 1 second.
I know.
How did it end?
Yes.
I love it. It's such a good song. Ha! This is a hard one.
Come back, be here.
Yes, it is. Oh my god!
You barely gave me
how did
anything.
You get that?
You barely gave me
1 second. That is the we're going back to the original rule. 1 second.
It was very short second. Yeah, I don't know. I just was like, this has got to be come back, be here.
Wow, that's really good.
Thanks.
Fortnite.
Yes. Love story.
Yes. Tortured Poets Department.
Yes, I was like, she better get this one. Midnight Rain.
Yes. Wow. Also, I didn't know it was rain.
What did you think it was?
I never knew it was rain. I don't know. I never thought about it. Go ahead. Nice to meet you. Blank space.
Yes. How You Get the Girl.
Yes. You're Losing Me.
Yes.
I haven't listened to that in so long.
Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus.
Yes.
What a
That's
title.
no longer a... I can't believe you know that one. It makes me mad that you now get it. LOML.
Yes.
I'm losing my mind. I'm going crazy. I'm so anxious.
Can you repeat it?
That's 2 seconds, Caitlin.
I think I know it, but I just want to hear it repeated.
Okay, fine.
Willow?
No. There's way more in 2 seconds in Willow. You're going to be really mad.
Play more of it.
Okay. You'll know right away. But I just want everyone to know I played 2 seconds.
Girl at Home.
Yeah. Because of the new production.
Yes. It threw me for a loop. Congratulations, you won.
Thanks. I agree. I don't know if I would know the new production. Yeah, this is the only song I prefer the original.
I was like, what is this?
Yep. Wow.
Good job.
Thanks. I can't believe it. I just feel like it's not fair.
Why?
But I want to take the win.
No, it's fair.
I just feel like... I know. Okay. I did play 2 seconds. So
you did. It's a total fair win.
Okay, thanks. Okay, thank you everybody for listening today. If you would like to watch, you can see everything on YouTube at Long Live Taylor Podcast. If you want to see our funny clips and see more of us, you can follow us on social media at LongLiveTaylorPod. If you have any requests, if you want to be a guest, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can email us at longliveTaylorPod@gmail.com. Okay, rate, review, subscribe, follow us anywhere you'd like. Thank you everybody for being here. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.